Hey guys, I want to talk to you today about all the benefits of being in shape has done for me on a physical, spiritual, emotional level. So I got a question from a new viewer, obviously a new viewer, new channel, and he said, Joel, what has it been and how has being in shape helped you throughout your business and your personal life? So I want to focus on the bad first. There is a little bit of bad, but I want to focus on how to squish it. So the bad when it comes to business and looking for the right mate in your life is when you're in really good shape. Now, it doesn't mean really super muscular, just in really good shape. A lot of people feel as though you might be somewhat of a narcissist. In other words, you're so into yourself and you must go to the gym 2 hours a day. And that perception has a lot of bad influence on people, especially if a woman's looking for a mate, right? They're gonna have the perception that this guy's just all about himself. Like, how is he gonna have any time for me whatsoever if he's staring at his body or working on his body all the time? So that's about the only negative thing I've seen. But here's how you squash those things. And you gotta learn about what people are asking you indirectly. So a lot of, if I've been out and about, hey, Joel, you must be a gym rat. And my answer is actually, no, I only train 3 days a week. And of course that starts a whole other conversation. Well, how can you look the way you do? And of course, part of this channel will be about the effective ways of maintaining and building a great physique. And it really is, and I'll give you the short form right now. We'll do this on other videos. The time in the gym is what stimulates your body to improve. But it's the time away from the gym that actually allows your body to improve. So I only train each body part once every 10 days. And I know that sounds unbelievable. It's just the truth. And again, this channel is all about nothing but the fucking truth. Nothing, end of story, okay? So that is about the only negative thing that being very, very muscular has been. So how to overcome that as well? You got to listen to people. A lot of people have said, Joel, you're very intimidating. I don't see myself as intimidating because I'm a big teddy bear at heart. But you have to understand when people give you that valuable feedback, how do you react to that? So I'm always the one, when I'm in a crowd, I'm always the one to say hi first. I'm always the one to smile first. I'm always the one reaching my hand out to say hello. And that takes that little bit of that intimidation off the table. If you're shy, understand that when you're shy, most people will perceive that as you being arrogant or ignorant, okay? When you sit in a reserved corner, people don't realize, now understand this, most people are shy. But when you sit it's like having a beautiful lady at the same time, right? You go see a beautiful lady across the bar and she's sitting by herself. Chances are she's probably a very, very shy individual. So that's how I break those aspects of any type, if there's very few, and there are very few, bad aspects associated with standing out. Now, that switches over to the other things, which is really, really good. I've been in business now for 25 years. And over the years at different internet marketing conventions or other events of any sort, I've met thousands and thousands and thousands of people, literally thousands of people. And to my knowledge, not one of them has forgotten who I am. And what I mean by that is because I stand out. You don't need to be super muscular. If you are in really good shape, because guys, we're in an obesity epidemic, right? Who the fuck created the dad bod? Like, give me a break. That's like par for laziness and being a slob. So when most people are out of shape, it doesn't mean you have to be super muscular, but if you're actually in shape, that's extremely memorable because now you're in the top 1% of people. 40% of the US population right now is clinically obese, and 80% of people are overweight. And it's so easy to change, right? So by standing out, it's given me so many business opportunities and business contracts. So how do I know that people don't forget me? People will hit me up on Facebook Messenger if I go to another event and I haven't seen somebody in a few years, and honestly, I didn't remember who they were. Maybe it's senility, maybe I'm getting old, who knows? And they'll come right up, hey Joel, how are you? And the reason they come up to me is the intimidation factor is gone now, because obviously the first time around, even if I don't remember who they were, I was very friendly, very smiley, very outgoing, and that allowed them to realize that, hey, despite my outer appearance, Joel's a really nice guy. And thank you. I think I'm a pretty decent dude, right? So there's that aspect. The other aspect is is what you're conveying when you're in great shape is that you're absolutely have your life together. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I have my life together. I remember when I was going through my divorce and I rated myself as a 4 on 10 and I didn't feel like going to the gym and I didn't feel like working and I wasn't dreaming about my future. I still worked out because that was sort of like my saving grace. That was the time where, I could think and it was just my decompression time. So even though my external appearance kind of showed that I have my whole life together, I didn't. But the important thing is I still gave off the confidence just by people, being around me. So a very, very, very good friend of mine, Armando Montalongo, who did Flip This House on A&E. I flew down here originally years ago to give him a business proposal of doing his online marketing for him. And I remember him saying to me, he goes, Joel, I took one look at you and I'm like, this, and his thought process was, this dude has his life together. Like, he looks good physically. He obviously has some money because he flew down to see me. And when some people, health, wealth, relationships, right? If you can get the 2 of the 3 right, you're doing pretty damn good. So there's health, which is taking care of yourself externally and internally. Wealth, which is running a great business and what this whole channel is about. And relationships, right? So most people, if they're lucky, they get 1 of those 3 right. If you can get 2 of those 3, you're awesome. If you can get all 3 right, you're doing amazing. Now, obviously, I fell off the bandwagon with my relationship. I would have never ended up divorced, but nevertheless, I learned a lot from that process as well. So those are some key things. You become immediately memorable to people. When you're immediately memorable and you stand out in a crowd because you're in great shape, and again, I can't stress enough, while you're in great shape, be very, very outgoing. Be the person to smile. Even if you're not in shape yet, work on yourself by being outgoing. I'm an introvert by design, I would say. I'm an introvert extrovert. Every time I'm meeting somebody new, by instinct, I want to pull back. I want to pull away. I want to sit there and listen. But then I tell my brain to shut the fuck up, Joel. Stop being stupid. Put your hand out and say hello. And it happens every single time. Every time I meet somebody new, my instinct is to go like this and listen in. And then I'm like, I've trained myself to Joel, put your hand out and say hello. And it doesn't matter if it's a guy, if it's a girl, if it's a business meeting, if I'm out at a bar, I'm naturally reserved at first, but then I've trained myself to say, hey, Joel, shut the hell up with that stupidity in your brain. Shut up, brain. Go out and put your hand out. So those are some of the key components that have really helped me in business, being memorable, and it's allowed me, for people who feel like I've got my whole life together, even when I didn't, give me more business contracts and things alike. So that's really the main benefits, and it's a huge benefit of keeping your body together, keeping your life together. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions below, or if you agree with me, post them below. Please hit the like button and hit the subscribe and smash on that bell button so you get notified of the next videos that I do. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you soon.